Both direct approach and indirect approach are a thing of the past. They do not work. The only approach that works in order to get girls is a spiritual approach. And what I mean by spiritual approach is recognizing the fact that this universe of ours is completely spiritual. Even though you perceive this universe through your five senses and you think it is a physical and material universe, everything that is present here is made up of spirit. The girl that you want, made up of spirit. You, made up of spirit. I, made up of spirit. We are all a manifestation of divine, of that spirit. If you open your eyes and realize this truth, then you do not even have to approach a girl in order to get her. The spirit or the divine that is present within you is going to compel you to move forward towards that girl. It is going to compel you to utter the right kinds of words. It is going to compel you to exhibit right kind of behaviors and closing sequences. It is going to compel the girl to fall in love with you. It is going to compel both of you guys to form a wonderful relationship. So I recognized this spiritual truth when COVID happened and lockdown was going on in my country, Nepal. I could not approach anyone at that time and I had to stay with myself. Everyone knows that we are our own worst enemy. When I was forced to stay with myself, I started having panic attacks and anxiety. I realized that I was building fake confidence by going out and approaching girls and using all these kinds of outer game tactics. But in order to heal my anxiety, in order to heal my panic attacks, I decided to turn inwards. I decided to study spirituality and consciousness. That is when I discovered people like Neville, Goddard, and Osho. And I realized that we cannot do anything in this external world. The divine that is present within us actually compels us to do the things that are required in this world. In this video, I am about to teach you how to communicate with the divine that is present within you so that the divine will just move you forward and move the girl towards you and you just form wonderful relationship with the girl that you desire. The first step of communicating with the divine is having a very receptive attitude of mind. And that is possible through Yoga Nidra. Right now, you're watching me on a phone when you're super stressed, when you're having anxiety, when you're having approach anxiety, your brain is producing high beta waves, which are not really receptive. Even right now, you're not actually receptive. But when you do Yoga Nidra, when you actually do non-sleep deep rest protocol, as Dr. Andrew Huberman calls it, Yoga Nidra and non-sleep deep rest actually means the same thing. Your brain will start to create these slow, coherent alpha brain waves and theta brain waves, which helps you to get into a very receptive and suggestible state of mind. These brain waves destroy the analytical portion of your mind, and the door between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind becomes wide open. Now you're ready to communicate with the divine. Now what you're going to do after you do Yoga Nidra is you start to create an imaginal act where you're already super confident, super powerful, super attractive guy. And all the girls are complimenting you. They want to be with you. They're kissing you. You're touching their hair. You're kissing them. You're smelling their perfume. They're complimenting you saying, oh my God, you're so powerful. You're so peaceful. Your friends and family are complimenting you. Bro, how did you change so fast, so rapidly? Tell us your secret. Now, if you provide enough sensory vividness to this imaginal act, then your brain thinks that all this imaginal act is actually happening to you in real time. This imaginal act is sending an electrical charge to the divine energy, to the source energy that is present within you. Now, your job is to hold your attention on this kind of imaginal act and mentally rehearse them over and over again. But right now, your attention span is cooked. It is very difficult to hold your attention on this imaginal act. Your attention has a very monkey-like nature. It either goes to the past traumatic experiences or it might anticipate a future worst-case scenario of your life. But if you're able to hold your attention on this imaginal act, where you're living an amazing life, where everything in your life is turning out to be wonderful for you, then what happens is you hold your attention and you mentally rehearse them over and over again. You start to derive feelings from it. Feelings of joy, gratitude, empowerment, and thrill are going to be derived from the imaginal act where you're super confident, where your girl is getting their pupils dilated simply by being in your presence. They are complimenting you, they're kissing you. You're going to feel elevated emotions of joy and thrill. And these feelings are going to send a magnetic charge to the source energy or the divinity that lies within you. Now, the source energy knows what you want because of the electrical energy, because of the imaginal act that you performed. It knows what you want. And after you embrace the emotions, after you embody the elevated feelings by mentally rehearsing this imaginal act, the source energy now is compelled to externalize the imagination. Now, the source energy or the divinity that is within you is going to make your imaginal act come to life in your external reality. You will just move one sequence of event after another, and suddenly all the things that you have imagined will materialize into your three-dimensional world of experience. The thought, the imaginal act is sending an electrical charge, and the feelings is sending a magnetic charge to the source energy. Now you're just drawing that wonderful experiences back to you. You do not have to go out into this world and try to hustle, try to compete with other men in order to get that girl. Now you have just communicated with the divine, and all the wonderful things will simply happen to you. This is what inner game means, by the way. You do not have to focus on outer game stuffs, openers, nakes, DHV stories, closing sequence. All of that is bullshit. If you simply focus on building your inner game, if you simply learn how to communicate with the divine, then outer game naturally happens. This external reality of ours is just a projection of our own mind. Your outer game is just a product of your inner game. So please communicate with the divine and you will get the girl that you desire. It doesn't matter what type of approach you do. Simply communicate with the divine and you will be forced to take the right action. The girl will be forced to come to you and she will just fall in love with you. Now, if you want one-on-one personalized coaching from me, where I will hold your hand to success and help you build a true spiritual confidence and a solid inner game, then message me on my Gmail or my WhatsApp, which are linked in the description box down below and also the pinned comment section down below. Subscribe and I will see you in the next video.